What's going on, everyone? It is Monday, and we're back with another Batman Annual Monday. This is super fun. Picked a great book this week. One that I really enjoyed. Hopefully, you guys read this one. This was really good. Um, yeah, this is a great Batman Annual that I picked this week. Hopefully, you guys read this one too, because I'd love to hear your comments. So, if you read this one, let me know what you thought of it, because I would love to hear what you guys saw this annual. So, we are going with Batman Annual number 2022. Following the events of the Abyss story arc, Batman has now tasked Ghostmaker to finance and lead Batman Inc. First order of business for new management: clean up a huge mess Luthor created in Chekria or Chenia. But is but is new this but this but is this new group ready to face fearsome new threat? The Grey Wolf, and prepare yourself for the evolution of Clown Hunter. We got a lot of different Batmans in this one. Clown Hunter's in here. Ghostmaker, who I actually did enjoy Ghostmaker. I will admit that right now. So we start off with these the great opening panel. Part one is who's the boss. So we see these two vigilantes fighting, and I want to say it's Batman and Ghostmaker. Kind of feel that's what it feels like. So that's what I'm going with. This is Batman and Ghostmaker in their younger days. Batman, Bruce, obviously in all black, and Ghostmaker with the two katanas. But yeah, so they're starting off. They're like fighting low level. They're like, why are we spending our time fighting low level crimes or criminals and crimes and thugs? That's what Ghostmaker is telling Bruce, and Bruce is like, no killing. He's like, we don't kill. It's so boring. Um, the most, it's super. The art in here is really good. But yeah, so like Bruce is like telling him like we gotta start at the bottom and work our way up. So you take out the lower level thugs, then you move up to their bosses, then up to their bosses, and then up to their bosses. And so he's telling Ghostmaker, like, this is how we got to do it. It's how we get our name out there and we can go back to Gotham. So they keep track. I thought this is funny. Ghostmaker's like, I took out 4, you took out 3. This last one I took out is mine. So I love that. Love the little rivalry that they got going on there. So then we go into this page here. And so actually, before we move on to that page, this page, Bruce is talking about, hey, I want to expand. And I thought this was funny because he's like, I want to expand it. I want to help people with the knowledge I have, the money I have, the abilities I have to make people better who are in this line of business, which I thought was cool. So then we go to this page here. We got this nice little like base, I guess you call it, and we see Batman walking up. I think it's Batman. I'm not sure, but it looks like Batman's silhouette. And then we get 3 characters walking in: Chief Batman, El Guacho, and Red um, Bird Batman. I think his name is. Then we get Night Batman. Yeah, there's all kinds of different Batmans here. Batman kind of called them all together. This is the Batman Incorporated. So they're all in this second base because Bruce lost all of his money here. So he has no money and he's poor. And they're talking about that, like, hey, even for being poor, he still has money. So this is what a rich man's poor looks like. So I thought that was a pretty cool little quote. But yeah, we see a couple people in the library asking, like, hey, do you think Batman has read all these books? And one of the guys like, yeah, I bet he has. Then we hear a little chime saying everyone to the conference room, follow the illuminated path. And then they're all meeting each other again, saying, hey, what's going on? They all walk to the conference room, and there's Batman. And one guy's like, son of a. And we get to see Ghostmaker, which I thought Ghostmaker is a pretty cool character. I really do like him. And in this book, we get to learn a little bit more about Ghostmaker, and I would love to see a comic with Ghostmaker. So Batman's like, I'm wondering why he called you here. I'd like to introduce everyone, and then yeah, Chief says Ghostmaker. What are you doing here? They're all like, what is he doing here? And Batman's like, did you? And Ghostmaker's like, don't be so naive. But yeah, he obviously did. We always knew. Um, so yeah, then Ghostmaker said, do you really think I would be here able to take on this position? So then we go into like this little flashback panel, I guess you'd call it, where Batman's sitting on the roof and Ghostmaker's like, I told you stay out of my cities I'm in. I stay out of Gotham. That was the plan. Like, you can't be here. And Batman's like, I'm here for an offer. And he's like, no, not interested. Batman's like, I need you to come here, and it's something I need from you. He's like, your crime rate has been so great. Like, every city you're in, crime rate goes down. Like, there's no issues, and you go move on to the next city. But even when you move on, newer criminals and mob bosses and everything, they come into these cities. He's like, I want you to come and join Batman Incorporated so we can put an end to this. And so he's like, fine, yeah, I'll do it. And then what I thought was funny, he's like, you're still doing that Batman Incorporated. You're still trying to expand out. It's like McBatman. And I thought that was a funny little quote where he's like, it's like McBatman, like McDonald's franchise. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, see Ghostmaker and Batman fight. Then little did we know, he said yes. And then Ghostmaker goes after all the Batman Incorporated people to kind of test them to see how well they would do. And then Batman found out, and Batman's like, why didn't you just come ask me? He's like, because I wanted to find out for myself. I'm going to be the leader of this group. I wanted to find out what these people are capable of and everything. And Batman's like, he's like, okay. So, and then yeah, it was just funny because Ghostmaker took it upon himself to go fight these different Batmans that are going to be in this Batman Incorporated. And Bruce, like, he knew it. He knew it all along. So in the next page, we get to see Bruce telling people, hey, I'm putting Ghostmaker in charge of Batman Incorporated because I have to go back to Gotham because it needs me. I can't. It's not fair to me to be away from Gotham and to not be able to help you guys. So I'm putting Ghostmaker in charge. And this wasn't an easy decision, or it was an easy decision, but a lot of the Batman Incorporated people did not like this decision. But Ghostmaker spoke up and he's like, "I'm the richest person he knows, the best crime fighter, and the full package." Ghostmaker's so full of himself, it's hilarious. And Batman's like, uh-huh. And then Ghostmaker says, enough of the passing the torch ceremonies. I accepted, and here we are. So let's wrap it up. So then he goes, first order of business, we're splitting the divisions. There's going to be a local and an international. So the local divisions are going to stay at their homes, keep fighting crime, and they can get called up at any time Ghostmaker sees fit. The international division are going to be with him, and they're going on a mission right away. Like 2 hours from this, they're going on a mission. So he's telling everyone who's going to where. So he's like, Chief Man of Bats local, um, Raven Red Batman International. He's telling everybody where they're going. And Raven Red did not like that he was being split up from his father, but his father told him, hey, this is what we've been training for. You deserve this. Sir Knight was not very happy that he didn't get picked. He voiced his opinion and said somebody else should have been leader, but Batman said, you have to trust him like you trust me. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then yeah, the French Batman says something in French, and he's like, This is not what I need." But yeah, so then we go into this training exercise we see here with this other guy, and this is Clown Hunter. Clown Hunter is in this training thing. He's been in there for like I want to say like 24 hours, and he still hasn't defeated these guys. And Batman sees something in Clown Hunter, so he's got Ghostmaker training him. And he's like, "You give me a wooden sword, and you expect me to fight these guys with a wooden sword? Like, give me something else. Give me something I can work with." So Ghostmaker's telling him like, "I don't know what Batman's seen in you, but he sees something in you, and he asked me to train you. So that's what I'm doing. So you can either train, or I can put you back on a jet and send you back to one of the dark alleys that you came from, where you could die." He's like, "You're not ready. You could end up dead. This is me training you." And then he said, "I don't really care. Um, it's not like I need a sidekick." He's like, "I'm not a sidekick." And I thought that was pretty hilarious. So now we're in part two, the wolf hunt. So the international team is gathered around the table talking about where they're going, and it's a town where Lex was there doing experiments, and he's doing experiments to like make Batman men. So he's doing like a super soldier type thing, making Batman men. So the team takes off. They land here. They and Ghostmaker's like, "Let's split up, start going around. Let's see what we can find out here in this village." So he splits off into two different teams, or three different teams. They all split off. So we see El Guacho and them tracking or walking around, taking a look, seeing if they can find anything going on. The village has been like dismantled, not dismantled, like falling apart right now because there's no people. There was thriving 2,500 and some thriving there a month ago, and they all seemingly disappeared. So, um, the Red Batman and his team, they wound up in this home and found these villagers, and the villagers all have them at gunpoint. And Red Batman's like, "I could kill you. Point that gun. Keep pointing that gun at me, and I will take you out." And so they're speaking Russian, and no one here speaks Russian. And so he's asking, like, "Who speaks English? What's going on here?" And then the buddy chimes up. He's like, "Luther sent you. Why are you here?" And people are like, "Let's take him out. Take him out." And he's like, "No, we need to know what they know first." Then pops in Ghostmaker out of nowhere, holding a blade up to the leader. So "I told you they were trying to help all of you to do. All you had to do was listen." So I thought that was cool. Ghostmaker's like, "I put trackers on you guys so I can find you in case you guys need me like you do right now." So Ghostmaker's like, "Tell me your story." And we got this guy telling him, Timmer, telling him, "Hey, the I worked in the prison for years as the medical assistant, um, in the infirmary, helping people. Since Lex came, crime rates has spiked and more people were coming in. So he was trying to heal him, and then as Lex left, everything kind of dismembered, just like gone away, or more crime rate and everything has spiked." And he's like, the gray wolf has been terrorizing the city, like grabbing people, throwing people in the jail, hunting people. So Timmer is telling his story, and then we found the Ghostmaker listening and said, "Okay, so we're going to the jail." And that's where a couple guys are in the jail already and have gone missing. Well, yeah, missing. But I can't remember. Dark Ranger, El Guacho, and Batman of Japan have all gone missing, and Ghostmaker's like Jarvis is telling them, hey, their heartbeats are still going, they're just unconscious. So Ghostmaker and the team are like, okay, we're going to split up. So me and Clown Hunter are going to go and find the control room so we can see what's going on, what's wrong with these prisoners and everything like that. And little did we know, we got Dark Wolf watching them on like outside on the camera, which I thought was pretty cool. So Red Robin and the other Batman, I can't remember his name, they go trying to search for their comrades. They walk past these jail cells where people have green eyes. They're all sick with green eyes, locked in these cells because Grey Wolf has been putting them there to protect them. This village is under my protection. We get to see this great panel Grey Wolf. He looks the size of Bane. He is so big. I love his mask though, and I love this character also, Grey Wolf. So we break into this panel where Clown Hunter and Ghostmaker are there getting all this information on Grey Wolf, the tests that Lex has been doing, all the files that they can get on here. So they're getting that all downloaded while Red Robin and this other Batman are fighting Grey Wolf, and Grey Wolf is single-handedly taking these two out. We get one scene here where one Batman does electric shock that's strong enough to take out Rhino, and Grey Wolf's like, it's strong enough to take out Rhino, but not I am the wolf. And he just shoves him through, like, in the cement floor. I thought that was great. He is so big and powerful. So we got Raven Red Batman calling for Ghostmaker, like, hey, we need help down here. We need help down here. Ghostmaker's like, negative, Raven Red. You guys keep him occupied. We're trying to figure out what's going on with these prisoners. So they're in there. Ghostmaker is talking to his like Jarvis thing while Clown Hunter is like looking at the screen for the cells. And so the Jarvis thing tells him like, hey, do not open the cells. And Clown Hunter decides, hey, I'm opening the cells, and lets all these prisoners out who are affected by the Lazarus resin. That's the experiment Lex was doing here. He was putting the Lazarus resin in some of these people to spike like aggressive behavior in them. So we get to this page where Ghost Anger's like, Clown Hunter, what did you do? And he's like, I didn't do anything. He's like, you opened the cells. All these people are coming at us. They're going to break us limb from limb. We can't hurt them. And then Grey Wolf hears this, and he's like, someone let out all these people, and I've been protecting them. I've been feeding them. I've been keeping them safe. So Ghostmaker has this idea where he throws a gas, and he's like, put your gas mask on. And Clownmaker's like, gas mask? We don't even have any. He's like, we'll have to put that in the next suit upgrade for you guys. So we get all these guys, and then Ghostmaker throws the gas, and it pretty much knocks everybody out. They're all out silent, besides Ghostmaker and Darkwolf. And he's like, feel like helping me put everyone back in their cells. So they put everyone back in their cells. And then we break out to like this control room or medical bay room, I want to say. And Ghostmaker is working on an antidote to help these people. And he's like, everyone starts waking up, and they've been out for 2 days. They have no idea how long they've been out for, but they've been out for 2 days. Ghostmaker finally makes this antidote, and he's like, do you want to help me put this antidote in people? So he's walking around administrating this antidote with Grey Wolf's help and bringing these people back to normal, bringing them back to life. He's like, they're not going to remember anything, but they're going to be back to normal, and we can get this city back to growth. And Grey Wolf was so happy. He's like, thank you, thank you. He's like, I've been protecting these people, feeding them, keeping them alive. Then the next day, we see Ghostmaker handing the antidote to the villagers, saying, hey, this is the antidote. Just do it how I showed you, and give everyone an antidote who needs it. So they're all saying thank you. And then Grey Wolf here says thank you. He's like, I've already been thanked out. I'm not thanked. I'm already been thanked out. And I thought that was funny. He's like, Grey Wolf kind of tells the Ghostmaker, like, hey, when Lex Luthor came, I thought this was the answer I was looking for. I trained my whole life for this to make this world a better place. And I discovered what he had done and what they had done to bring him here. And so, yeah, we found out Timmer was actually experimenting with the Lazarus resin before Lex came, so Lex would come and fund Timber even more, which I thought was a pretty cool little twist. But yeah, so then we see our heroes walking back to the plane, and Ghostmaker's like, you single-handedly took out like my men, and they're not tough people to take out because I went and tried to take them out myself. He's like, I was Grey Wolf's like, I was fighting for my town, my country, my people. And he's like, I could really use someone like you on my team, Ghostmaker said. And so then we bring out to the final page where under new management, and he says, welcome to Batman Incorporated. And we got Grey Wolf there. This was such a great read. The art in here was so good. I really did enjoy this annual. This was done by Brisson, Timms, and Locust. Ghostmaker is such a badass character. Same with Grey Wolf. And getting to know all these other Batmans like Clown Hunter and everything was pretty cool. It makes me want to pick up Batman Incorporated, which I might. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button so you get notified of all the other great videos. And if you read this, let me know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on this. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Tell me your thoughts. I would love to hear it. But until then, guys, this is Dan. This was Batman Annual Mondays. Until next week, we'll see you again. Have a great one.